So, yeah, should we
take responsibility of it? And,
yeah,
I'm not very good about going to the doctor either. So, I don't know if you could use your competitor as an inspiration. We might do that. I might have to do that next week. Because we're in the inspiration section now of our show, and Andy, man, hang in there. Hope those drugs help you.
Yeah, I took painkillers at about 9 a.m., so I think I'm pretty good for the next 7 hours, I think. So
I could hit you in the face so you won't feel it. Oh, wait, that's because you're on a screen.
But should we move on?
Yes, I'm sure we should probably move on now.
All right.
So, in our inspiration segment, which, by the way, every week, anytime you guys have an inspiring figure in your life you want to talk about, shoot us an email. Let us know what you think. Let us know who we should be looking at as inspiration. So my inspiration this week is this man named Bill Kulterman. About 4 years ago, he weighed 467 pounds at the age of 44 years old. He was at like a really dangerous level where he had type 2 diabetes, he had really high blood pressure, he couldn't really walk, he couldn't really sleep. Basically he became hospitalized at a hospital, which I guess when you get hospitalized at a hospital, of congestive heart failure. And the doctors just said, like, you have to really change your life, or it's just going to be it for you. And at that moment, he decided to make that change. And so he started competing with himself to lose the weight. And so he changed and this is what I love about the story, is he didn't do anything like Jenny Craig, he didn't do any drugs or anything. He went for the simple solution, where he just changed his diet and he started to exercise. He went from sitting on the couch, eating unhealthy foods like soda and saturated foods with salt and all that, and he moved to eating like turkey and chicken and beans. It cut down his portion size significantly. And then the story that's really neat about his exercise is the first day he exercised, he got a bike because he didn't want to run on a treadmill because he was afraid the treadmill might break under his body weight. And so he just started working on an exercise bike, 10 minutes the first day, and he kept going at it. Then he got to 30 minutes, and then he just kept going. And so over a course of 24 months, a man who weighed 467 pounds, near the edge of his life, had lost 250 pounds. And the picture of him that's on the blog is just amazing. He just looks so fit, and that's a really inspiring story. Someone to lose so much weight, and actually, it's not too quick. It's quick, but it's 10 pounds a month. I'm sure someone in our audience might correct my math there, but he just didn't do any. And so he just didn't do any shortcuts. He just stuck to it, and he was successful, and he is now in the best shape of his life.
Wow, that's a very interesting story. I'm gonna have to check out that link for myself. Yeah, and if you guys want to check out the link, it'll be on the bottom of this video right here. But yeah, 24 months, and he lost 200 something pounds. That's pretty incredible, and that kind of ties in with what my inspiration of the week is. And it's about being in pain. It's about being uncomfortable. So this man, Bill, he was on the edge of dying, and he realized he has to do something about it, if he doesn't want to die. And, my inspiration, since I've been laying in bed and going through pain with this gout attack and all that, it's just pain itself. It's just being uncomfortable. That's what inspired me to do something about it, right? And I was just thinking about it. How many times do I take even walking for granted or something like that, So, because I'm taking a shower with one leg, so I kind of understand how people would have to go through the pain of taking showers, just everyday activity, if they have one leg or no leg at all, or no arms or something like that. But I was thinking about it, and when we're in the most pain, sometimes that gives us the biggest motivation, inspiration to do something about it, right? Oh yeah, once everything is better, once I can walk again, I'm gonna do a lot more than I can, just because I can, right? And you know, that's very, very inspirational. And I think every time we get to a point where we feel a lot of pain, we start to think, okay, I'm never going to take this thing for granted. You know, once everything is okay, I'm going to do a lot more than I can. I'm going to help a lot other people because they can't help themselves. And then once they become better, I think a lot of people, even like me, we get comfortable again. We get comfortable again, and we start taking things for granted, and we forget. We forget how it's like to be in pain. You know, to be in the stage where you're at the lowest point in your life. You know, and you forget, and then you can't get back into the mode of trying to do something better, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, although it's not the pain of what you're going through, the pain of not feeling comfortable in your own skin. And, you know, this again is another attempt for myself to lose the weight, but this is not the first time. Before, I felt uncomfortable in my skin like 10 years ago, and I managed to drop quite a bit of weight. But then, like you said, I forgot about that pain, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's what you're saying. I forgot about that pain and let myself kind of go, and then I'm back into a more painful situation that makes me unhappy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us go through the same cycle, right? Over and over, that we don't do something about it until it gets to the lowest point. And I think after all these times, same with me, you know, failed so many times to lose weight and stuff like that, maybe the weight isn't so much the pain. It's the part where I can't hold myself accountable. It's the part where I break my own promises that is the biggest pain of all, right? Because I would feel disappointed that I couldn't get to where I was. I couldn't say, all right, I set a goal and I go reach for it, but I don't. I give up along the way. So that could be the pain right there. And I could say this time, you know what? Screw it. Never again. I'm never going to go in that route again, and I'm going to do it all the way this time, you know. So, I mean, so that's why I said pain, being uncomfortable would be my inspiration for this week. Yeah.
So let's move on to the curious question segment. This week, do you have anything to say before we start, Andy? Okay. All right. So this week, I want to talk about something you see in the stores all the time. I know you guys are sick of hearing the word Costco, but it's where I shop, so it's where I buy stuff. And they're always having a sample of this, and they're always pitching it's healthy for you, and it's the good old Flax. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. I'm sure you probably are. And so I'm at the store and I'm trying it with some yogurt sample, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. I can almost convince myself it's pie crust. It's healthy, but I don't know why it's healthy. I don't know why this is good for me. I just know it is. So I decided to do some research to see why this is actually good for me. And the stuff I found out is that it contains a high dosage of omega-3 fatty acids. And so what does that mean? What are those oils and fatty acids? What does that have to do with my health? And apparently it's something your body does not create, but it's essential for your body. And so it's just something you need to make sure you have a certain level of. And most Americans do not have enough of this in their system, which can cause chronic conditions and, you know, I guess platelets to stick together in your blood. And before I get started, too, I also should mention that this is the milled flaxseed oil. So, or not oil, it's flaxseed, kind of grounded down. So it has a much larger refrigeration life. There's also an oil, which is mostly just the oil itself. And with the oil, you get the benefits of the omega-3, but you don't get the protein, and you don't get the fiber and stuff. So if you're going to get this. It lasts a lot longer. It's a lot healthier for you in that respect. And so where else is omega-3 found? It's found in fish. It's found in plants. It's found in nuts. One thing before we continue is that last week I was talking about protein, and one of our viewers, Nathaniel from the podcast Entertainment for the Rest of Us, great podcast by the way, you should check it out. He was asking why I didn't say anything about protein with nuts. And that's mostly because I kind of considered it a high calorie item, so I kind of, for weight loss, I didn't want to touch it. But no, he's absolutely right. Nuts do have a lot of protein, and they also have omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for you. And so, how does this help me in the competition? It's healthy for me, but how does it help me in this competition? And apparently, it shortens the fatigue of the muscles after exertion. So as you work them, it's supposed to help, heal them up and increase the stamina. The big one I thought was really kind of cool was that it improves fat cell burn efficiency, which means when you hit the wall, like the runner's wall, it's supposed to help convert those fat cells into actual energy. And they also say it increases metabolism. Other big benefits is improves brain function. It's good for cholesterol levels, for good cholesterol levels. It can decrease triglycerides. Oh man, I'm going to do it this time. Triglycerides, which is the fats in the blood.
Good job, you got it.
I can pronounce a word. It lowers risk of heart disease. It says it reduces or limits cancer. And that's another thing about this one ingredient that's called, it's not written on my bag. Interesting. There's something in there called ligands, which is Ligans. It's supposed to, reduce cell damaging free radicals. And I guess that might be related to the cancer. It's supposed to make you keep you from looking older. Bottom line, this is like one of those things when you read online, you do research, it seems like one of those supplements, it solves everything. It does everything for you. So I would like to say, if you're going to start taking this, if you're going to start using the supplement of Flax, you might want to do some research yourself too, because all I could find was good stuff about it, except for one negative thing, which said you could OD on it. I could not get the levels. It said that you could actually thin out your blood too much with it, but I couldn't actually find how much you take.
Yeah.
Before I forget,
everything's great about it, but you can OD on it.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. So it says take like 2 servings of this is a good day, but I'm just cautioning the audience. If you're going to try this, don't eat the whole bag, because supposedly it will thin out your blood and can cause potential damage to your system. Before I forget, my favorite out of all the list of goods, it's a huge list of goods. It says it claims that it improves eyesight and the perception of colors. That's pretty cool. It's almost like an LCD.
Perception of colors?
Perception of colors. So everything's going to look more beautiful.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, they make, you're right. They make this sound like a miracle drug, like it'll cure all, do all type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel a lot better after you eat it, or is it just like any other meal that you eat?
I haven't really noticed much of a difference. I've been working out at the gym. I've been eating it pretty much throughout the week. I mix it with my yogurt. They always have a picture of it over a cereal bowl, kind of like on the package.
Yeah.
It's not really that high in calories. It's like 70 calories per serving, 3 grams of protein. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really noticed any changes. I haven't really hit the wall doing cardio, I guess.
Yeah, but man, maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll hit Costco too and give it a try. And by the way, I actually really like Costco, so yeah, we have something going on there.
We should talk to those guys to see if they want to, maybe the president of Costco wants to be on our show. Just kidding.
Huh.
Join us. The president of Costco is on a fitness competition show.
But, yeah, that's a really good product. It seems like you test out a lot of products. Every single webcast, you have a new product for us to check out. So that's pretty cool. For me, I don't really try new products unless a family or friend recommends it or gives it to me. But besides that, I kind of stick to the same old thing every time I go purchase stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I mean, did you actually like stand in the aisle reading the nutritions and the description of these items that you're buying?
Actually, I do normally. I definitely check out calories and sodium and protein as of recently.
Yeah.
Like I've always kind of checked calories out, but I more recently will look at the sodium and protein levels. But this is something I actually had already owned, and I was, I own all this stuff, and it's supposed to be healthy, but I just didn't know why it was healthy. So that's kind of why I'm going through and like going, well, why is this really good for me?